I've been recording.
Do you know what, Ihsan?
Yeah.
You're bare stressful, you know, because I was looking at shut up. When I was doing the edits just now, your audio was about 5 minutes before everyone else's. I was like, wait, where is this clap sync? And there's like 3 dotted over, like I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? Oh god.
I do apologize. I'll probably cut it before. Right, you boys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Boys ready? Oh. Spike, ready?
Spike's buzzing. What?
You ready, boys?
Ethernet, yeah.
That crisp 4K resolution, 60 frames per second.
Oh god, yes. Love it. Right, are you ready? 3,
Hit me.
2, 1.
Dead.
Happy New Year.
Oh, what is that? What is going on here?
Do you know this looks terrible because it's completely and utterly backwards?
It's fucking backwards. Oh, do you know what? I thought it was 2022 for a sec. That one looks a bit curved on the end.
It's the one. To me, it looks perfectly fine. You might have to flip it in post.
I wonder if is there a way to like move him? No. Oh god, big screen. Oh.
I thought you could flip it, but I'm so annoyed.
So we've now got just a bigger picture of Ihsan here. This is probably going to be in the actual thing. Just flex for us, please.
Strike a pose.
Strike a pose. Work it. Oh, yeah, he knows what's going on. Oh. Oh,
Happy
shit.
2021.
Oh, that's so mad. Right, I'm get rid of this.
Actual Spain.
Okay.
Actual Spain.
Oh.
But yeah, happy 2020. To me, it looks fine. We could probably use my video, if anything, because it looks absolutely fine on my end.
I mean, the people will know. The people will understand.
Yeah.
Please don't leave it backwards. I mean, accurate. Please don't leave it backwards.
I don't know how I'm gonna flip it. There must be a way in post, surely. If I just cut it out.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the awkwardness of it being backwards.
I really
enjoy it.
I appreciate it.
If anything, it sums up 2020, doesn't it?
Literally.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's gonna be completely backwards. You guys are fuck. Ihsan, illiterate. Right. So,
how are we, lads? How are we? How are we doing?
Good.
Yeah.
How was your Christmases that you've definitely already had?
Oh, fantastic, man!
Amazing.
Best time ever. Oh,
what did you all get?
Ever.
Spike, you're a dickhead. Oh no.
In fact, you know, I don't have a. I could run and go get it, but that's gonna be long. Although, hold on, bear with. Let me show you something.
Bear.
Right, since my birthday is very close to Christmas, my sister got me a Christmas-themed birthday present.
Nice.
Did you? I feel like you told me what it was. Oh yeah. I know what it is. Not gonna spoil.
Are you ready for this? Another reveal. Merry Rickmas.
Hell yeah.
Gotta love it.
Merry Rickmas.
Wabba labba dub dub.
Rest in peace, man.
That's great, man.
Yes.
All I can say is rest in peace at this point.
What?
Rest in peace.
Because I can look back. I don't know what it is, but I just don't find it as funny anymore.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Well, what season is it on now?
4.
It's on season. Has season? Wait.
They finished season 4, didn't they?
I know Big Mouth has a new season.
Big Mouth is the new season's brilliant. The new season's really good.
No, yeah, I need to watch it. I need to watch it. I need to watch it.
The thing for me that makes Rick and Morty shit is the fans.
Yeah.
It makes me not enjoy it.
Yeah. It's one of those. The thing is great. The fandom lets it down.
I don't want to be. I don't want to associate with them.
I think the only place that isn't true, and I'm biased anyway, is Marvel stuff. I think there's, for like pretty much every other fandom, there's definitely a split of like fans that kind of just are nice enough people, and then just absolute, like, just demons. You know what I mean?
That's not a bad point, actually. I've never really
I've never met a toxic Marvel fan.
Yeah, to be honest.
Not in person, anyway.
Yeah. Well, don't be careful what you wish for.
Haven't seen you in a while, Luke, have I?
Oh no.
Straight vodka.
Oh, Ihsan.
Ihsan. Fans are toxic about was Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but Captain Marvel was shit, though.
It's
Shit.
not even toxic.
Are you actually going to back it? No, go on then. Here we go.
Look. Why do people? Do you have issues with it?
Yes, huge issues.
See, the thing is, I actually enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie, but her as a person, once I heard about all the shit that's been going on, I'm like, oh.
Do you know what? I loved her as a person, which is why I was so upset with Captain Marvel.
You know what? When I saw her in Community,
yeah,
because I'd already watched Marvel.
Yeah,
I'd watched Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Then I heard about that bullshit. And
then
I saw she was in Community, and I was like, oh my god.
All right. Well done, Spike. Well done, Spike, for all this shit. Well done. I blame you for this.
Right, I'm trying to have my
What shit are you guys referring to?
Okay.
What are you guys referring to?
So my issue my issue is that the general preconception with the Marvel series is that it's just explosions and people doing cool stuff. I was proven very wrong during lockdown when I watched the whole way through, and I realised that each character actually, like, they really thought about the background, the effects of their story on the rest of the story, on other characters, how they all weave into each other. You know, it becomes a whole universe. It really does create the universe. And then Captain Marvel comes in.
Right, I'm going to stop you right there, because that's not what you said your issue was. You said your issue was Brie Larson.
No, I love Brie Larson. My issue is her playing the character. I don't know if it's her fault or if it's the character's fault, but there wasn't much detail behind Captain Marvel that really made me connect to her as much as I did with everyone else. And obviously, can't connect to every character, but it just seemed a bit bland,
Yeah, I mean,
right. The film itself, I'll give you that, bland. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't a fantastic film.
I didn't mind it. It's not that I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it. It seemed pretty cool.
I found it annoying because she started off OP and ended even more OP.
That's a good point. She did start OP.
Bro, if you get headbutted by Thanos, you drop. Yeah, I'm not having it.
Yeah,
I'm not having it.
I would then argue, she is very powerful in the comic books. So in terms of power levels and stuff like that, like, fair enough.
Sure.
She did also then get bodied, right after taking the headbutt from him,
but
with one of the Infinity Stones. So she's not invincible. I'll give you that.
No, she doesn't go through the same kind of progression.
No, she doesn't, and that's fine. That is valid. That's valid. It's the Rey thing from Star Wars. It's like you start off here, you don't really go through much struggle. Mm-hmm. Writing wasn't that great, and the direction wasn't that great. That's fine. But why do you guys have an issue with Brie Larson?
I love Brie Larson.
Well, all I heard was that there was a lot of tension between her and the other Marvel characters and the other actors who played, there was just a lot of tension. And then there was all the interviews that came out and everybody was just on her and she didn't seem to help the situation much. And it's just like, why do you just seem so...
I would put that down to her being kind of... this is going to sound kind of rude, and I don't mean it to be, but being slightly socially awkward. Because if you look at the stuff that she does, that's her kind of shtick. That's her kind of brand of humor. And there's an interview that everyone jumped on with her and Chris Hemsworth, and that was very much playing off of each other. I mean, you look at how she interacted with Robert Downey Jr., and they're fine. If you get the approval from The Godfather, you're doing all right. I feel like a lot of people have non-issues with this, with Captain Marvel, because it's easy to hate on. And you know what I mean? It's very kind of low-tier Marvel stuff. It's very much Phase 1, and that's disappointing because the filmmaking was being made better and better. But a lot of people that dislike the film dislike it because of this weird stigma around Brie Larson, and I don't get it.
Thing, I kind of enjoyed the movie. I feel like I don't know. Again, I have this issue with Marvel. I feel like it's just gotten more and more comedic over time, and that's taken it away for me. Like as soon as Disney got involved with Marvel, it just started to get more and more comedic as time. And it's just for me, Ragnarok.
Disney were involved with Marvel from the Avengers.
Well, yeah, they've been involved with it for a lot. Have they? I thought they acquired Marvel.
Yeah. No. Yeah, they've just acquired more stuff. They've just acquired.
That X-Men. Moment when Disney already has everything, they just got more.
They just got more.
They just got more.
Fair enough.
That's the whole reason the Avengers were the way they were. It's because Marvel didn't own the rights to the actual Avengers from the comics. They didn't own the TV or film rights for them. So they made their own Avengers team.
Fair enough. Anyway, I just feel that, from going back from, Iron Man, when the movies were, semi-serious, there was actually, you could follow plot, movies were semi-serious.
Civil War?
Oh, Civil War was heavy.
Infinity War? Black Panther?
Very heavy.
Wait, hold on. For me, I just feel it's gotten just more and more jokey. Even Thor Ragnarok, they would take sections of the movie to explain one joke.
Do you know what? No, I just had a flashback to Luke. Do you remember when do you know the part with Thor and then of course Thor's in it when he goes into the thing and then he's talking to Hulk and then they're having the conversation and stuff. What did he say? When he was I lost my hammer. It's Hulk said, was it Thor said? And he starts throwing stuff around. It's you're not even listening to me. It's I thought that was brilliant. I think that little comedic breakup from the personally.
The thing with Ragnarok is that it was out to be a comedy, hence all the jokes.
It could be a comedy, but it could be I don't know. I just feel like it's too. Even as which
is your personal opinion, and I kind of get that, but I see a lot of people say that, and I'm like, you're forgetting that this is part of one massive tapestry. To analyze every film in and of itself, there's some credit in that, i.e., is the direction good? Is the acting good? Bless him. But then looking at it from a wider perspective, you've got a spy thriller in. Oh, and he's gone.
Oh, he'll return.
He's gone.
He'll come back.
Spike will return.
There he is.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, LAN cable, yeah. Ethernet, yeah. Mad.
See. The whole time, yeah. Don't come for Ethernet.
Bro, I'm in Ethernet right now. I'm not even chatting shit.
No, I'm joking.
Banter.
Oh, there he is.
Back?
Yeah,
there he is.
I've got to restart my recording stuff though.
That's cool. I'll glue it in somewhere.
It wasn't even the internet. My fucking monitor's just turned off and wouldn't turn back on.
Oh.
Oof.
Have you tried punching it?
Yeah. That's how I got it to turn back on.
Oh, fair. See?
Hard reset.
Text fashion.
I will say, to kind of segue off Marvel and stuff, I've had, every time I played Cyberpunk, it's crashed.
Every time
I played. Yeah.
That's
about 4 hours into a session, it crashes.
That is not good.
I haven't had many bugs. You get the occasional T-pose, which is kind of hilarious. So there are these there are 3 types of gun. You've got a power gun which can ricochet bullets. You've got a tech gun that you can charge up and like fire through walls and shit. And then you've got smart guns, which like if an enemy is in your kind of hitbox on the HUD, it'll direct the bullet to hit them. So I got a smart sniper rifle. Right, so your aim can be shit, and this thing will just take people out. Right, it is kind of hacks.
Yeah, hacks. You can't even complain about hacks because it's built.
It's literally about hacks.
You know what I mean?
Fair.
But every so often, if I headshot someone, instead of dropping to the floor, they just T-pose.
No.
You just end up like that, and you're like, did I hit you? Did I not? Is the game glitched again? Yeah, it's fun. It's a nice little feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
Surprise features.
Yeah. Free little add-ons.
Nice.
I just realised I don't think
Luke, you pre-ordered it, didn't you?
I did pre-order, yes.
Did you get any nice bonuses?
I don't think you get any bonuses when you pre-order. You get if you link your GOG account, you get some free armor and a katana as well, based on stuff from The Witcher.
Oh,
which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of intricate little systems. Like the crafting system's very cool. They haven't really marketed that much, but the crafting's really fun. So every time you level up, you get a skill point and then a perk point. Your skills, you have 5 skills, and in those there's about 2 or 3 little perks. And you can level up a skill, but you don't necessarily have to level up put your perk point into that skill as well. For example, one of them is reflexes, and within that you've got blades, handguns, and assault. So assault rifles or sniper rifles. You can put your skill point into reflexes, but put the perk point into something like stealth or crafting or whatever like that. But it's capped. The perk levels are capped at the skill levels. It's very hard to explain if you haven't played it. And I just suck at explaining things anyway. But I think like a lot of things with that game, you really do have to play it to kind of get before you make an informed decision, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish they put out a demo. That said, and I said this to Sasha the other day, I can't recommend buying this game just yet.
Oof.
Yeah.
I can't unless you get the PC version, in which case you have a lot of fun with that. But I cannot recommend getting
Shut up,
the
Spike.
PS4 version of it.
Shut up.
Oof.
Yeah.
So what's the controversy all about?
So
The game's fucked.
it's definitely half baked when it comes down to the console version.
Oh god, IGN
Well,
went so hard.
IGN did rip into it, and at first, because I kind of go into cognitive dissonance when they're talking about something that I really like. So when I heard they got a 4 out of 10, which is bad.
That's mad.
On IGN for console, I was like, it's BS. But then like I kind of understood where they were coming from, especially off the back of how good the PC version is. It is disappointing, and part of the controversy as to why they've taken it off the PlayStation Store, I think, is because, and I think Xbox are doing it as well. I think Xbox have taken it off their store now as well.
I saw a news report this morning. They've put a disclaimer.
Yes, yeah, about how many issues there is with this.
Saying early access.
Imagine 60 quid early access, banging.
Oh no!
What?
I think the reason they've done that is, and why there is such a big deal about this, is because they didn't show any real last gen console footage upon when they were marketing it. They were showing the PS5 stuff, they were showing the Xbox Series X stuff, but of course that's not the version you'll be playing.
Because
until February 2021, you'll still be playing the base version of the game until it gets to the update.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Games
There's a lot of
dev for a while, and people had base consoles when it was.
We were talking about this. We were talking about this, but just before we start recording. So they put out a teaser for this game 8 years ago, and that immediately starts to build up hype, right?
Yeah.
It gets compared a lot to Red Dead 2. Now, Red Dead 2, I think the first trailer dropped quite a few years into development. That game was in development for 9 years, around about the same time that Cyberpunk has been. But they told us a lot later. So when it did come out, and it was as good as it was when it came out, you're like, oh, okay, that took in the everyday consumer's mind 4-5 years to make, and it came out really well. This has been in development that we've known about for 7-8 years, and it's come out like this. Had they told us when they revealed, if they had announced this fully, entirely, the way that they was it E3 2018 or 2019 when Keanu Reeves came out and did the whole "No, you're breathtaking" thing.
I think it might have been 19. Yeah,
I think it might have been 19. If they had told us then and then released it when it was fully ready on next-gen consoles in 2021, wouldn't have an issue. Wouldn't have an issue.
It would have slapped. Yeah, for sure.
Shot himself in the foot, man.
I blame Keanu.
Mad? Why?
No, you can't.
He's really good in the game.
Bro, the thing
He's
is,
really good in the game.
And I can 100% believe that, yeah? If you're going to get Keanu Reeves, if you're going to get Neo, if you're going to get the one, yeah, and put him in a game, because I think there was an interview, he said, like, this is like the first time I've had a big role in a game. If you're going to get someone like that, yeah, it has to be mad, you know? It has to. You've set that expectation for yourself.
But this is it, man. I think this game has the capacity to be that. I think the game really genuinely has the capacity to be that good. It's just that at present,
well, it's not exactly Keanu Reeves who's let it down. It's the actual game. It's the bread and butter. Keanu Reeves is very much slice of salami.
I also think that there's.
When was the last time you had a bread and butter sandwich, boss man?
Never, because I don't do that. I don't have bread and butter sandwiches. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do. I'd have toast.
That salami sounding kind of good right now, boss. That salami sounding kind of good right now, isn't it?
I'm so with what? How did you take that metaphor?
I'm just pushing the metaphors
into a roast. Oh, I'm so different.
I love it.
Oh god. But I kind of respect CD Projekt Red because they made a promise to their employees to not enforce compulsory overtime, which a lot of companies do in games is horrible. They force their employees to come in overtime. Some of them don't even get paid, and they're still forced to come in to crunch and get a game out on time. But CD Projekt Red made a promise to them to not do that, but they ended up breaking that promise to try and get out on time for the fans. But then, as a result of this, they're like, our staff have done a fucking great job. It's sure the game's buggy, but they've done a fucking good job. So we're going to give them all a Christmas bonus. Like,
hella deserved, because like performance issues aside, the fact that they got this out when they did is fantastic. I think people also forget that the same investors that are trying to take class action against CD Projekt Red, right, are probably the reason why
it's that deep.
It's that deep.
Yeah, people are going mad.
But arguably they're probably the reasons why we invested X amount of money into this. Why aren't we seeing a return on this? They were like, okay, we need to get this game out as soon as possible so we can keep them happy.
Yeah.
And also the fans were like, release it now, and then the release it, it's like, it's buggy, you should have delayed. It's like, what?
You can't win.
You can't win.
The game that the experience that you do get, like, again, a lot of people compare this to Red Dead 2. I find that very hard to do because Red Dead 2 has a lot of built-up areas, and then just like empty areas, right? You'll occasionally run across a couple bandits, and then okay, cool, that's fine. This has NPCs fucking everywhere. This has This has buildings fucking everywhere.
Tall buildings, huge.
Tall buildings, and most of the time you can go up in them as well. You can interact with the majority. Fair enough, you can't open every single door, but then why would you need to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Got fucking dick customization.
Come on.
Yeah, that too.
Come on.
That too.
That's extra effort, man. Come on.
What
Which
poor
really
designer had
plays.
to sit there.
Just yeah,
Luke, does it make a
dicks all day?
Does it matter?
it makes no difference.
Have you not had a situation where your sex appeal makes a difference to the I don't know, dialogue?
Your gender has a massive, and your genitalia has an impact on the romances you can have in the game. So there are about 4 main romances you can have. There's a homosexual and heterosexual relationship for either version of your character V, which I thought is pretty cool, but it also does limit your choices quite a bit. And there's joy toys as well, which are like robotic sex dolls. There's one of each gender, and that's it.
Nunny.
Like, yeah, like
Mascot.
it's
the future, bro. Come on.
Right. Yeah, fair. That's the future.
Fair enough. Fair.
It's
Yeah.
it's fun. It's not my game of the year though.
Mad.
And I'll tell you all about my game of the year once we start this episode. 26 minutes in. Lit.
Mad.
We're doing this every time.
Yeah, it's you know.
It's wholesome. It's good.
It's wholesome. It's good content.
It's good content.
Right. Hello, fellow humans, and welcome to the 7th episode, our New Year's special of the Shimachine Navigation Podcast. My name is Lyria. Luke. I'm still not sure which ones we're sticking with. Let's go with Luke. Joined by Spike, Ihsan, and Sasha. That probably doesn't line up straight, but it lines up for me. 2020 has been a bit of a weird year.
Yeah.
Obviously, for very obvious reasons, right? And it's very easy to get bogged down in all the negativity. But we're leaving that year behind. That's done. We're going into 2020, whatever the hell's on his head.
Yeah.
But we still want to reflect. We still want to reflect on all the good stuff that did happen this year. So without further ado, we're going to be asking why 2020 wasn't terrible for entertainment.
Let's navigate, boys.
Plot the course. We have our heading.
Coordinates.
Does anyone remember that?
How do you...
The old Blu-ray advert.
No.
You don't remember the old Blu-ray advert? I saw it the other day. I was watching a DVD.
I got so upset that I couldn't get a Blu-ray player. That every time the Blu-ray thing would come up, I just skipped it. I was like, I don't want to see this shit. This makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fam, I watched DVD and it had the old Blu-ray advert on it, and that it starts with "We have our heading," and it goes into the music, and it's so.
I do actually remember that.
Yeah, you remember it.
That's awakened a deep.
It's a core memory. It's awakened a core memory. Yeah. No. Oh man.
Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to go for the big one, Game of the Year first, or do you want to look at one of the other ones?
Jump straight in.
what?
Game of the year. Go on.
Game of the Year.
Fair enough.
I will preface this by saying, so essentially the way we're going to do this, the way we're going to reflect on why entertainment wasn't such a terrible year, is by picking our favourite pieces of media that we've experienced throughout this year. That doesn't just limit us to stuff that's come out in 2020, because for example, there haven't been that many films that have come out. So a film that we saw this year for the first time that might have come out like 2018, 2019, whenever, might also pop up in this list. Of course, this is also subjective. Yeah. I think I do have a lot of current stuff in here. But I know that. Well, okay, we might as well go straight into Game of the Year. So who wants to go first?
Honestly, I haven't played many games this year. And then that sounds shitty because I'm a games design fucking student.
Scumbag. Making sense.
But, I mean, the game I've played the most, hands down, has been League of Legends.
Oh.
But it's not my game of the year.
Okay. Fair.
And my game of the year is actually what I was talking to Luke about before we started.
I missed this.
It's Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god. It came out a while ago, but I've been playing it for the past 4 or 5 days, and I haven't put it down. I've enjoyed every second of it. Like, oh, it's so good.
Phenomenal.
It's my first Zelda game I've played. I'll admit that.
You know what? It would have been mine as well if I played it. I need to play it.
Why are you guys slacking? Come on.
I know.
It's. Do you know what? It's one of those beautiful things where you can actually agree with the fact that it won Game of the Year, the year that it did. Like, it definitely deserved to win. I better fucking check that. You guys continue. I'm gonna check if that actually did Game of the Year. Shit.
I've just opened it up on Steam to see what else I've actually played this year. But definitely the most memorable and enjoyable experience I've had this year is Breath of the Wild.
It's completely fair. Amazing game. I remember my was it my 19th? I think it was my 19th birthday.
It did.
What year was it, Luke?
It did.
2017. 2017 was
Yeah.
Game of the Year.
I remember on my birthday, I can't remember, it was when I was in New Cross, and then Luke came and visited, and he let me borrow his Switch for like a month. And I had a PS3, PS2, and a PS4 in my room all at the same time. I didn't pick up any of those consoles in the time I had the Switch. I was just playing Breath of the Wild. There was... What else was I going to do? It's incredible. Yeah. It's honestly an incredible game. I'm so lost in it.
There's something about the mix of the score, or kind of lack thereof. It's very what's his name?
Ambient.
Yeah, it is. It kind of comes in when it needs to come in. When you like, I love the theories and stuff. I love the kind of culture that has been born because of it. The art style, the melding of the music and the art style, and the cinematics as well, like the voice acting. Yeah. Thank God Zelda's got voice acting now, because it's just... I think
Hey, listen!
Yeah, no, none of that, please.
Who was that?
But yeah, it's like, even from a technological standpoint, the fact that the world around you is constantly moving and evolving. You can watch weather come in.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you get a divine beast, you can see it change.
Yeah,
and like,
that's epic.
Its new position. No matter where you are on the map, you can see it.
I love exploring the desert area, the Gerudo Desert, because every so often you kind of look up and you see, oh shit, look at that massive fucking camel. Laser focused onto...
Yeah.
But even then, you climb near it, and across the way you can see...
You can see the other lasers as well, innit?
Yeah. You can see... Oh, I can't remember the name of it. The bird.
The Rito.
Yeah, the Rito one.
Yeah.
Dorito.
Magnificent. The Rito.
The Rito.
Motherfucker.
The Rito.
My only wish was that they used some it's a wish, but it's also something I'm kind of glad they didn't do, is have other iconic bits from other Zelda games. Like, when you get to the Lost Woods, I wish I could hear...
I would have appreciated it.
But then again,
I know what it means.
I kind of...
But it's kind of...
I like the fact that they didn't, because it still makes that original track for that game iconic. So it's like...
I feel like there was there like a little, what's the word, motif, hint to it? A light motif in there somewhere?
I didn't hear anything.
There's something in a couple of them.
The piano music sped up when you're on the Great Plateau. or just walking around Hyrule Field, they play Zelda's Lullaby. The piano music that plays is very broken down and stuff like that, but like if you speed it up and put it together, it's Zelda's Lullaby, which I thought was very, very cute.
But there are really nice hints. Like when I just happened to go into a shrine and then the challenge was called A Song of Storms, I was like, I know that one.
Oh, I know that one.
Just little bits like that. It's just.
Oh my god! Highlight for me actually. I remember this. Stumbling upon Lon Lon Ranch.
Yes.
I came up to it. I was like, wait. No way! What?
Yeah.
I literally lost my shit. I was like, oh shit. Where art mine Epona? Where you at, babes?
Yeah, man. Love the little callbacks. Great game. And I cannot wait for Breath of the Wild 2. That's definitely my most anticipated for next year. If it does come out next year. Who else has got one? Game of the year.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a rather basic one, potentially. I've got, you know what? They're probably bait ones, that's the thing. The thing is, right, because of course, you know, I had a PS3 for a very long while. So I've been playing rather old games this year. I mean, I played Batman Arkham for a long while. That's sick.
Which
Great
one?
game. Asylum.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I played Asylum. Good game. Bioshock Infinite. Playing that for a bit.
Bioshock Infinite is so good.
It's a great game, and I actually need to finish it.
Haven't
I need
finished
to
it.
completely finish it, but it's what I was playing at, like, where I got up to. I was hooked.
The entire Bioshock series is like in my top 10.
I need to play 1 and 2.
Wow.
I need to play 1 and 2.
I got the collection for pretty cheap in a deal. You might want to look out in the new year.
I might do that. I started Destiny, the original Destiny, because I got that from CX for like £2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was good. Although I recently upgraded to PS4, as you guys know. So,
Please say Warzone. Please say Warzone.
you know I'm gonna say it. You know I'm gonna say
Thanks.
it.
Oh my god, is he actually?
Warzone non-stop.
Drop there, soldier.
Dropping into Verdansk. Non-stop. I have to say, I think Warzone is, like, it's a contender for Game of the Year. Graphics are sick. Graphics are pretty cool. Of course, there's no real story, but just being able to drop in with your...
The fact it is free to play, right?
It's free, and it's free to play.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, but it does have like microtransactions, I assume.
Battle Pass and all that, yeah.
Yeah, Battle Pass, but
Like-
that's and
That
skins.
aside,
Yeah.
like the fact that it's free to play, I think is fantastic.
Well, not
Like,
even
it
skins,
is-
fucking blueprints. Sorry, but go on.
Blueprint.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I haven't played it, but like the fact that it is so unifying. It's essentially multiplayer zombies, just fresh lick of paint, and yeah, huge scale, free to play.
Yeah.
Fantastic, man.
I started playing Warzone when I was in Deptford, literally as lockdown started. And I think I said to Ihsan when he started playing it, the story, you said there's no story, but the story that we created around dropping into Verdansk in the middle of a virus, like a coronavirus, you know what I mean? Like, everyone from around the world
gas is coming
dropping into...
to be honest.
The gas is coming, do you know what I mean? All against all, everyone's inside, around the world.
Literally.
Around the world.
Literally. And getting a dub.
Getting the dub.
Me
Finally
and Sasha
secured the dub!
recently
Yes!
got a dub.
It took
and we've been
ages.
playing
It
this
took so
game
long.
for so long. Because I think it's because of Resurgence Trios. It's a lot smaller map, so I've gotten 3 dubs now. It might be 4, but I think it's 3. I got 1 with you, 2 randoms, and I think 1 with James. No, it might be 4. It is so satisfying. I literally screamed. I genuinely screamed like a little bitch the first time I got a dub. I was like, oh my god! Oh my god, it's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. The grind is amazing. It's sick. Right, I've got 2 more. Go on, sorry, what were you saying?
Skins equals wins.
Facts.
You know what
He's
the
not
fuck?
even
You don't
wrong.
have to pay for skins though. That's the thing. It's actually, you know, it's not wrong because you have to grind and like you have to level out a gun to get skins. So, good point. Very true.
I might have told Spike. I might have told Ihsan. Little kind of. What's the word? What's the word we use? Tangent. Tangent. I've got a mate. Not going to say her name, but she's got a little brother, and I went around to her house once, and I saw him playing Fortnite. And I went up. Yeah, and I was like, "Bro, you like actually playing Fortnite?" He was like, "Yeah, of course, man. All my friends are playing it." And I was like, "Did you pay for that skin?" And then he was like, "Yeah, of course I did. It was only like 15 quid." I was like,
15 quid?
And I said to him, why did you spend money on a skin? Do you know what he said to me, this 8-year-old kid?
What?
It strikes fear into the hearts of my enemies. There is genuine tactic in paying for a skin to make people think, oh my god, he's paid for a skin, he must be good at this.
You know what's funny?
I'm not gonna
for me in war
skins because
you've done it, haven't you?
I'm not gonna disclose how
dead.
much I spent on League of Legends. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
See,
The
okay.
thing is,
The
like,
funny
here's
thing
my
for
reasoning.
me.
Just quickly, it's a free game. I want to support the developer, so I'm not opposed to spending a couple of quid here and there. Like, that's fine. They've got to make their bread. So yeah, go on.
That's that.
Thing for me, if I see you've got a skin, I slightly respect you less, to be honest. Because of Fortnite and the play to win aspect of it. I kind of just immediately think, oh, you're just kind of a kid who just splashed a bit of cash to get the 6th skin. You're probably
Mommy, can I get the Powerball, please?
Literally, that's what comes into my head. Now, unless you've bought Modern Warfare or Cold War and you just get the operator, that's the thing. Operators is peak in Warzone. You don't get operators unless you complete a challenge and get that one battle ready skin for Domino. That's it, pretty much. But I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, I kind of just imagine a little Fortnite kid just like dropping into Verdansk in a little 6 skin, and it's just like, yeah, you're gonna be crap. But
Spike, I know that you get access to certain weapons from Battle Pass, so to some extent, it can be paid to win.
So it's not like, because for me, I would say that Apex Legends is quite good. Everything is just it's customization, but all the weapons are just there. There's no better ones to pay for, so everything kind of comes down to skill, or like if you're quicker. So I think that's a good model to follow if you're gonna free game. But Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I think it was, when they introduced DLCs where you got the DLC gun with it, and they were just overpowered and it just sucked. No, I'm not paying for a game and then paying to win.
Stuff on top of it, yeah.
Stupid. But yeah, no, I respect Warzone. It's
What about you, Sash? What's your game of the year?
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna say there's two. The first one is Terraria.
you know, see, I was gonna say that one as well.
I don't even know where to start.
Good
it's
Lord.
like every time I stop
my
playing
God.
the game, someone comes to me and says, "Why have you stopped playing it? You know you haven't done this yet." And I'm like, "What?" I've been playing this game for about a solid year now. I only started fishing about 2 months ago, and I still haven't found everything. Do you know what I mean? Like fishing. Fishing. I've spent
Do you know,
hours just
me and
fishing.
Sasha were playing the other night, and
We got a screenshot.
I've been trying to get this fucking batfish. I was fishing until nearly 3 a.m. Didn't get it.
Bro,
Didn't get it. I still haven't got it.
It pulls out a different kind of grind in you, man. There's a god, got to get that
Oh,
batfish.
you know what, Sasha? You when it gets, oh no, because it got slightly a little bit spoiled for me. You remember how mad I was?
Oh yeah, oh god. Oh,
That's the thing. Oh,
it was so stressful. No,
it was so stressful. Basically, love him to death. A mate of mine came into the game and was like, "Oh, it's genuine. Let me give you all this stuff." And I was like, "Please don't. I want to grind. I really want to grind."
Man.
And he just gave you all this stuff, and I was like,
"Hey, you know you can go to space and you can get a UFO."
He took me to space, and I was just like, "Well,
Thanks.
that's. I might as well not play the game anymore." Yep. Okay. My heart.
Game 1 Terraria, second game, which I bought a couple weeks ago, and I'm very late to the party on this, but everyone, I'm big on RPGs.
God,
everyone,
I know which one it is.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Everyone I used to talk to who was big on RPGs has been telling me to play this series for ages. I've dabbled a bit, but I bought this game in the PlayStation sale for about, $10.99 I think, and oh my god, it might just be the best JRPG I've ever played. Persona 5.
I need to play Persona.
It's just I've been repping Final Fantasy for years. If you're gonna jump into a turn-based RPG for the first time, play Persona 5. You'd think that turn-based combat's really slow and consequentially pretty boring. I have never felt so alive and so into it during turn-based combat. Like, it's so stylish and everything is so well thought through. The distinction between the fact that you're a high schooler, but then you also have access to this other realm where everyone shows their true person and shadow and stuff, and you have to balance between the two, and what you do in each one actually affects the other. Like, if I go to school, right, and I get a question wrong, the teacher will take the piss at me, right? And then I will lose like a point in my, I think it's like my guts or my knowledge thing, which will consequentially make my SP lower, meaning I can't attack as much with special attacks in the other realm. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant mechanics, man.
Because I fucked up a question. It's genius. It constantly encourages you to go and study. Go study. Go to the library. You start this. You start the game as it's like a whole long thing, but you're that typical kind of outcast kid, and everyone's talking about you, and they think you're like shit and stuff. You'll go to the library, right? You'll go to the front desk, and the first thing you'll see is the librarian knows who you are and is actively not looking as interested. You'll go and sit down, and you'll see speech bubbles of people saying, "Oh my god, why is that kid in here? Is he actually going to study? He's actually studies?" Like, and I'll be like, "Wait, what?"
Wow.
And when you go to try and study, you will actually get less points because you'll be distracted from people talking shit about you.
Oh, dead.
Instead, you will have to go home and study in the cafe. What?
That's cool.
Brilliant,
That's
man.
good.
What? I have to take breaks because I'll just complete it at once. Do you know what I mean? It's too much.
That's one of them. Sasha, you'll know this. Is Final Fantasy VII Remake PS4 exclusive?
Oh shit! I feel like it's. I think it is. Is there?
I think it is.
I think it is. Oh god!
It might be on PC. I don't think it's on Microsoft, but I think it's. I know it's definitely for PS4.
Definitely on PS4.
I don't think it's Xbox. It might be PC.
Funny, I didn't actually get around to playing the remake this year. I did watch a playthrough though, and damn.
Ooh.
I mean, damn.
I was gonna mention, quick little tangent. I did watch a playthrough recently, and this is, I know because Luke talked about like this might have been in 2018 2019, like, but it's still very relevant. I think I watched it like early beginning of this year, like very late end of last year. Did anybody watch a playthrough Jacksepticeye made of Firewatch?
Briefly.
No.
I haven't watched it all.
The thing I've
do
been
know
wanting
about
to
Firewatch.
get it because I just want to play through it myself.
Yeah.
But that game,
It's
I loved it.
yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's quite.
I don't know.
You'd probably like a game called Abzu as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fucking love Abzu.
We played it with Steve.
We played it with Steve. Fucking love Abzu. Oh my god, love Abzu.
Abzu and the Pathless as well. I think if you guys haven't played that, that was a this year release.
It's an older one.
The soundtracks,
Journey.
Journey, all done, all soundtracked by Austin Wintory, who did Assassin's Creed Syndicate as well. He's a fantastic composer. He's brilliant. His theme, the Journey music, will bring you to tears, especially when you play the game. Play the fucking
Which game is this again, sorry?
Journey, Abzu, and The Pathless. 3 games that I think you should pick up.
Love Abzu. Abzu's great.
Yeah, man.
It's just the colours and music and...
Can you ride the shark, though?
No,
biggest question. We were sitting in the living room for about 3 hours. We're
literally, like, can you ride
ginger
this?
lemon tea? Like, can you ride the shark?
Oh, you have to build trust. You have to build trust. You have to build trust.
Oh, spoilers.
That's what got me with
Spoilers.
Firewatch. Like, it was literally, you only know this person through a radio, a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
And the emotional depth of this game through just a walkie-talkie. I watched the trailers for it the other day, and it hit me again, and I was like, oh my god, I feel empty.
What's this game?
Spain.
Because this game I played and watched, actually, I think Jacksepticeye played it as well. He did just a long video where he just played the whole game.
That Dragon Cancer?
No, it was ages ago. I'm gonna have to find it because. No, keep going. I'll have a look. But yeah, Luke, what's your game?
Easy. I was gonna say Breath of the Wild. Nope. The Last of Us.
I knew it.
I should have
My
guessed.
game.
I
To
knew
be
it.
honest.
Easy.
Oh god.
I should be wearing Ellie t-shirt or something,
Put
but
a shirt on, mate.
Put a
Represent.
so after finishing the game, I don't know if I've worn this on the podcast already, but I got Ellie's shirt from the first game.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Yeah, man.
sick.
That is next level
Just-
fandom.
I have to protect. Yeah, man, Redbubble,
Oh,
fucking lifesaver.
No.
I love the narrative in that. I love the themes in it. The gameplay is so satisfying. Oh, putting the trigger on that rifle feels so weighty, so earned, so brilliant. And then there's a lot of controversy again around that game. I think it's another case of very protective fans and very bold choices. Execution could have been better in certain places, but I think in terms of something that we talked about it kind of last week, does it deserve Game of the Year? And the conversation it created, the engagement people had towards it, the amount that how can I put this? I think generally the best word for it is the conversation that it kind of invokes, and all the things that it wants to talk about and gets you talking about, regardless of how you feel about it, is brilliant. It's what single player narrative driven games should be. And I mean, again, I'm kind of biased anyway because I love Troy Baker, but phenomenal voice acting all round. Ashley Johnson did a great job. Laura Bailey did a great job. It was like being involved in one of the best apocalypse movies for about 20 to 30 hours. It's a game I played 3 times since completing it. It's just fantastic, phenomenal. Yeah, we are quickly running out of time, lads.
That is really strange.
Oh good.
I know. We've done one. We have one topic done. We still have.
Oh lord.
Are you guys good to continue, or does anyone have to hard out?
No, keep going. It's gone.
I might have to go like
Ihsan, do you have to hard out?
7. Ooh, I'm gonna push to 10 past, but 7. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have to yeet. If it's alright, we'll carry on the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, come.
I will leave.
Right,
I will leave my glasses in shot.
Yeah, just in shot. Brilliant. Right. Wait, what should we do next? Do film of the year? Everyone see any good films?
I'm gonna put this one out there. Actually, I'm gonna do this real quick because I did not this one really took me by surprise. It's probably way older than 2 years, but as we were talking about Marvel, the film I least expected to be my favourite film in the whole series has turned out to be close first with Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Really?
I absolutely love that film. I don't know what it is. I think it's amazing. I think it's absolutely incredible. I love it. It's great. I think the way it lays it out in the beginning, it's like, okay, this is a problem. It's like, okay, so what's it? His wife got caught up in the accident so how many ever years ago? Maybe we can get her back. Cool. How are we going to do that? Quantum technology. Oh, okay. Goes to get quantum technology. Has an encounter that makes it a bit difficult. Oh shit. S.H.I.E.L.D. gets involved in shit. Oh shit. This person gets involved in shit. Oh shit. This person from years ago who's a friend of Hank Pym's, who's also a friend of Tony Stark's and what's his dad's name? Howard Stark's as well. And all of these crossovers of the older characters, and then it kind of whittling down to the end of it, and then it so perfectly leading on to Scott Lang turning up in the van at the start of Endgame.
Yeah.
Because I watched Endgame first.
I am right.
And then I went back, and then I was like, oh.
I'm very surprised by that.
Really?
Genuinely very surprised by that, because Ant-Man and the Wasp is genuinely considered one of the worst MCU films.
Oh no.
By most fans.
Oh no.
I'm very surprised. Like, Ant-Man 1, fantastic film. I didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp as much as I liked the first Ant-Man. But, wow.
Yeah.
Do you think the way you described it was very much video gamey? Do you think that might have an influence on why you enjoyed it? Like, very kind of get to this objective, do this objective.
Yeah. It was very... Okay. Yeah, it was very objective, you know? There was a goal the whole time. It was a very kind of... Oh, how do I put it? This is a problem. Here is a solution. Here are some problems to that solution. And it felt like every problem in between the problem and the solution was relevant, you know? I don't feel like anything happened for no reason. It felt like they thought about it. Do you remember the part with the... when they're in the van and then Hope goes in to get the quantum thing, and then Scott goes for the can of mints?
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, you can't touch that. He does it like 3 times. And then like 20 minutes later, there's answer. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like, oh, the idea of shrinking and like, oh, what? The car and then the building, the lab. The lab blew my mind. When I first saw that, the lab thing blew my mind. It's like, hey, can I stay inside? Button. Fucking suitcase? What?
Yeah, that was pretty sick, actually. That was the whole like building just into one suitcase.
And then the cars as well. The car wheel with the little cars and take it out,
the Hot Wheels thing, yeah.
Putting it right behind the other one and then picking up the other one so that it's in the exact like just. Oh.
It was pretty sick, actually.
I think the crux of the pin particles is what really pulls it together. Just that idea of
the fun, shrinking and growing and stuff. Wow, never. Honestly, was not expecting that.
That's a curveball.
Yeah, man.
Your mind baffles me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god. Spike, what we got, man?
I've got 2 that I enjoyed this year. One of them I was quite surprised that I enjoyed because of the director, and that's Knives Out.
Oh right, yeah.
Really enjoyed that. I love a good whodunit, and some of them can be done so badly. I was pleasantly surprised by this, especially the fact that it was directed by Rian Johnson. He can direct a good film. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that because the ending's satisfying.
The ending's fantastic.
It's good.
Shout out to Chris Evans as well for playing a really. He's such a sleazebag. Like, I just love him. He went from Captain America to that. He did.
Yeah, man.
Chris.
And the other film I really liked was Isle of Dogs.
Is that animated?
It's like stop motion.
Stop motion. Yeah.
Like all the dogs on the island in China, I think.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's bizarre. but it's enjoyable. And again, satisfying ending. Really good.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Ihsan?
What do I have? Okay, I have a couple of interesting options. Well, only got two. My first one, I think, on par. No, not on par, but it was really good. And it was a phenom when it came out, and I missed it, and I only watched it like semi-recently. It's Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love that film, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad I watched it, but I'm so sad I didn't watch it earlier.
I'm almost glad that I didn't watch it when it came out.
Yeah.
I can't watch that film and not tear up.
It's a great
Every time
film. It's such a great movie.
What's Up Danger? The What's Up Danger bit. Every single time.
It's such
It's
a
just one of
great
those
film.
ones that I never get tired of watching. Doesn't matter how many times I watch it.
Soundtrack,
Incredible.
banging. Movie, banging.
Brilliant soundtrack.
Absolutely, there's so many hits. Just like
Just everything
what's it? Post Malone. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
And Sway Lee.
Sway Lee.
Yeah.
Sway Lee.
Sick.
What I wish that you could do is, because you can get the album of all the original tracks on Spotify, but I want the ones from the film.
The movie versions. Yeah.
Mixed
Yeah.
with like the cinematic shit. Oh, it's
There's a
good.
YouTuber called Sideways who does like breakdowns of movie scores and stuff and just talks about why music's kind of cool. Check out his Spider-Verse video, especially on the What's Up Danger bit, because like the Prowler theme as well, whenever you see his uncle on screen,
good, yeah.
that's fantastic. But like the weightiness behind the What's Up Danger, that version of the track, the version they use in there, the way he explains it, it made me tear up not even listening to the song, just thinking about how they put it together. It's brilliant. Daniel Pemberton, I think, is the composer. He did a brilliant job. Fantastic job.
Yeah, great film.
What about you?
Another one. Okay, I have an interesting selection. It's definitely not movie of the year, but I thought it was very good. It was Mary Queen of Scots. Did anybody watch that? I thought it was.
I haven't
it was
actually.
You have?
No.
It's just a very.
Who is in that?
I will not know her name. I can try and remember, but I will not know her name.
Is it the one with every single Scottish actor under the sun? Like I swear David Tennant was in that one as well.
It's the one, of course. It's about back in with Mary Queen of Scots and is it Queen Victoria?
Is it the one that came out in 2018?
Yes, at the what? Yeah, Mary Queen of Scots. It's very good. It's peak. It's mad. It's a mad movie. Mad, but it's a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that.
Margot Robbie's in it. Robbie.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I think plays Victoria, right?
Yes. I think she does.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. It's a good movie. Yeah. What can I say? It's a right movie. Yeah.
That's cool. I wouldn't have pegged that.
Yeah. It's the acting's great. The actress who plays Mary Queen of Scots, phenomenal performance. Great performance. Really good.
I want to search that up. I'll do it later. My film of the year, I went to go see this a couple of days ago. Tenet.
I need to see that. I need to see that.
I tell you what, you do need to go and see that a couple times.
Is it one of them?
Fair.
Yeah.
One of them ones.
I think for two reasons. Three reasons. One, you might get it the first time, about halfway through, get what's going on, but
It'll lose you.
Going back and watching it again makes you kind of think, okay, because it's all about time, right?
Yeah.
But there's a certain point in the film where you realise how they're going through time, and then you can kind of not guess where it goes, but you're like, right, they're probably going to do this. I wonder if by watching it again, I'm going to pick this up. Another reason is because that might not happen, and you might need to watch it a second time to understand what's going on. The third reason, it's a fucking good film. A lot of people kind of gave it a bit of shit, because like there are certain Nolanisms. Like he does definitely have a exposition problem. So I missed, I think, the first 5 minutes and was a bit lost for about the 20 minutes after. Because I was watching it at a drive-in theatre. And like, they usually theatres give you a good 15 minutes to get in your seats and shit. No, this started bang on 9:15. Like, we were still in the queue coming up. Anyway, the soundtrack. Oh, Ludwig Göransson does things to me. He's so good.
He is.
Every time you see 808s, like just the way he uses them.
I don't know what it is about this guy's 808s, man. I don't know what it is. Oh.
You ever want to feel like an absolute boss whenever you walk into any room whatsoever, right? You play the fucking Killmonger theme. You walk in from Black Panther. You play that walk into any room, you fucking own it, mate. It's so good. But the soundtrack in this, there's certain stuff that's kind of, because it's all about time inversion and going up backwards and forwards and cutting into your personal timeline. The music kind of follows that as well. And like noticing, you can usually tell when someone's moving backwards in time by the soundtrack, because it feels very kind of, it sounds how you would expect time to go backwards. Watch the film. Just if you do anything before the end of 2020, watch the film. It's so good.
Fair.
Or just the soundtrack. Like, if you don't understand that kind of, just listen to the soundtrack. Ludwig Göransson, beautiful man. Speaking of which, well, look, he's my artist of the year, Ludwig Göransson. He really is, because not only did he do that, and I'm kind of jumping between things, but he also did the music for The Mandalorian. And
that is so good.
Again, probably my TV show of the year. Mandalorian.
I'm gonna hop in here quickly. Right. Music-wise, I'm gonna pick a person who I feel is very slept on nowadays. I think there's a whole kind of meme that he's very much slept on. And I showed Sasha and Spike this guy, Emine.
Yeah.
He dropped his new album this year. Fucking banging album. I loved his album this year. This.
How do you spell his name?
Emine. Amine. Emine.
Like anime, but you switch the M and N around?
Yes. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of Emine since I heard it's not
he did one of the Spider-Man tracks.
Oh,
Believable.
I thought so, because the name sounds familiar.
Man.
He did Invincible.
That one. I can't remember the name of the tune. I'm so bad at names. But yeah, his newest album, I believe it's Limbo.
So wait, is this artist of the year or album of the year?
It's gonna be both, to be honest, because yeah,
Fair.
Limbo's really the only album that I've listened to fully in 2020, apart from Ants and Zebra. Now, Ants and Zebra is sad boy vibes for me. Songs that I wrote for my bedroom. Yes. It was a Spain time for man. And that album fucking got me through.
My guy was in Spain for like a week.
I was in Spain for more than a week. Ants and Zebra fucking got me through. Fucking what's the song? Ann Harbor. Someone is it? What's it in Ann Harbor? What's the tune? I'm so bad with names. What the fuck is wrong with me? Somewhere in Ann Arbor. That song, right? The wordplay is not only great. In the beginning, the wordplay is fucking banging. It's a beautiful song, but I love it. And the thing I love about Ants and Zebra, the song is so empty. It's usually just a piano, and then it builds around. It's beautiful. I love Ants and Zebra, to be honest. He's a new find for me in 2020. Yeah, I think Limbo is going to be my album for the year, definitely, because I love Limbo. I'm also going to hop into music to my TV choices, knowing that I've got a little bit of time left. So I'm going to split these into two: anime and normal TV.
Okay. All right.
So for normal TV, I've got quite a few selections.
You get one. You get one.
Okay, I'm going to name them.
I've got one, and I know someone else is going to say.
I know exactly the one we're going to say, and I want to do it to you.
I almost did.
I want to do it to you. I want to
do
it to you. It's TB. That's the initials. You know which one it is. TB.
Yeah,
man.
I will let you guys say it, but
okay.
TV show wise, Community. I
can't count the reasons I should stay.
I snorted that thing like an illicit white powder.
Cool.
It's 6 seasons, yeah. All
6 seasons in the movie.
Seasons.
Nearly.
It should be a movie. All 6 seasons gone. Lockdown gone. I just. The one after the other.
It is a good show.
But also, right.
Oh, you're just giving me another one now.
The thing, I'm not going to say this is movie of the year, but not TV show of the year, but it's a very close contender. Because some of the songs from that show have genuinely made me cry. Bojack Horseman.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Bojack Horseman. The ending, I finished it this year. I finished that show, and I was like, what the fuck? Left my computer on, crawled into bed, started playing one of the songs, and broke down crying. Because the ending just fucked me. I was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
That did end this year, right? That was the final.
This year?
Or was that last year?
I think it was last year, but I finished it this year.
Right.
No. No. Bojack. I don't know what to say, man. It fucking phenomenal TV show.
Good shit. It is It's very emotionally written. Very. It's probably. Is it a Netflix production?
I think it is.
I watched it on Netflix.
I watched it on Netflix. Yes, I think it is, because I started watching it on a site that isn't Netflix, but it had the Netflix intro. We all source our entertainment responsibly from responsible sources. Disclaimer: we all get. But yeah, it had the Netflix. So yeah, I think it is Netflix, but.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best animations I think they've put out.
For sure. I think it slightly beats out Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's great for just bants and mad science theory, but Bojack feels.
Bojack.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's funny that you put the two of them side by side, because I feel like Bojack very much embraces the mental health related undertones. But Rick and Morty does the exact opposite on purpose.
Yeah, on purpose. Yeah.
Definitely on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, that whole scene in Rick and Morty where they're both just screaming in the car with each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Fuck! Oh my god!
It's just like, yeah. I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
Right, and for anime, before I have to dip out, I'm gonna say Attack on Titan and Boku no Hero.
Fair.
Yeah.
Mad.
Fair.
I need to watch season. Is it season 3? The newest season? ATOT?
Season 4.
Season 4. That's it. Season 4.
I've watched the first 2 episodes now.
Season 3 slaps. Oh my god.
Wow. Season 3 slaps. Oh.
Fam, I told you, right? It's fucked. You know the whole theme. Yo. Oh, right. Sorry. My computer for a second. The whole theme. Giants eating people. I told you of that scene where the woman's getting eaten by a giant, and she screams, "You're getting
Spike's face is gone!"
Slap a big old 18 plus.
No! Oh my god!
Big
Not
old
in that
content
way.
warning.
Jesus Christ, you dirty boys!
No, you muppet. No, that's what I'm talking about. But still, that is a graphic image either way.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, imagine that. It unlocks childhood trauma.
I love the way that in season 4, how it's now. Okay, just a spoiler alert if you care or don't.
Well, I do care, so shut the fuck up.
Okay, we'll take your bloody headphones. I appreciate the way how because it's stop. No, take them off. No. I appreciate the way that obviously it starts the first 3 seasons contained in this little, Titans are attacking the walls. In season 4 and at the end of season 3, fuck off this one. It takes a glimpse to the outside world and what's going on there because obviously it's not just this group of people that are living there.
Yeah.
So
scale and stuff.
Yeah. To see how different groups of people function and how they talk about things and how they act a certain way, you can see a clear difference between these people who have been in the walls for ages and the people who've been at war for all of this time. It's crazy. So yeah, you can come back here, Sam.
Right,
you good?
Also, fuck you.
You're good.
Yeah, continue.
Sorry, boss. It's important.
But yeah,
great show. And Boku no Hero 2.
Yeah.
Oh, A1.
I mean, the whole saving the little girl at the end, fucking great. Fucking great. Literally. Oh, Le Million. Oh, at the end, Le Million makes the ultimate sacrifice, bro. Oh.
That might be the best superhero name I've ever heard, in conjunction with the best outfit as well.
Yes, yeah.
Imagine just being called Le Million because he wants to save a million people, and there's just 1 million on his chest.
A mil on his chest.
That is a goal that he aspires
the movie
to.
As well, the Boku no Hero movie, My Hero Academia movie. I went to watch that in cinema. This wasn't this year, but it was a great movie. All I'm gonna say.
Do you know what's funny? I didn't fuck with the movie,
What?
Because the series was so good, and I feel like the movie was like filler, and I'm like, there's so much like hidden lore.
It was good filler
in this story.
It was good filler. It was good filler. Come on, it was good filler. Don't stop it. You know it was good. You enjoyed it. Stop it. Wow. And on that note, I am taking off the glasses and I am dipping out. Fellas, it has been a pleasure, but as I now have to go.
Yes.
Love you all.
Thank you for making 2020 just that little bit easier, man. We'll see you on the other side, bro.
Thanks, boss man.
Peace out, dude. Thank fuck he's gone. No. No, wicked. So, which one do you want to go for? Because I've kind of.
I'll go TV.
You want to go? You got a TV? Let's go TV, man.
I'm gonna follow TV. The same format. I've got a TV show and an anime.
Oh.
So, TV show. TV show I've probably fucking ate up over lockdown was Doctor Who.
Ooh.
Really?
All of the shit on Netflix, I watched it. Just all of it.
You guys.
And
do
I
need to go back? I think I might need to go back, you know.
Like, honestly, it's just my shit. It's just nerd shit.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Like, and honestly, I was really surprised because my favourite Doctor is Peter Capaldi. Like,
a lot of people. Right, when did you realise that? Because a lot of people. No. Genuinely, because a lot of people have the same kind of realisation, but like, it only happens once you rewatch it.
Yeah, I realised because when he first kind of gets introduced, I was like, oh, he's a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah.
But then slowly he gets kinder. The interactions he has with Clara are much more like a grandfather and their like a daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like
it reminds me of the very first Doctor and the relationship with the companion whose name escapes me. Come on.
But
his
like,
granddaughter, basically.
Yeah, the way that she gives him like flashcards on like how to be kind and all that.
Yeah, I love that.
Really teaching him humanity.
One of my favourite moments from Capaldi is when Clara goes, I'm his carer. Oh yeah, she cares so I don't have to. Fantastic line. But he gave no shits. He's brilliant. The writing was very, very good.
But then at the end of it, he has so much love for her. And he's so caring for everyone. It's such a good character arc, I think, and that's what makes me love him.
Yeah, fair enough, man. I think he got. It's tough to come off the back. So Matt Smith proved himself coming off the back of probably the most beloved Doctor, David Tennant, and his run was fantastic too.
Yeah,
and he probably got just as much, if not probably more, love than DT by the end of his run. So to come off the back of that, Peter Capaldi had a lot stacked against him.
He did, but
he did fantastic with the writing that he was given, which wasn't always top tier.
No.
He made the seasons he was in fantastic.
Yeah,
brilliant job.
Did.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah, but anime, I was really surprised I enjoyed this one. This Food Wars. Like, once you get into it, and it's like it starts off like, what am I watching? You are so confused by everything. The fact that it's just completely, it's just fucking weird, really. The fact that people eat food and then just all their clothes come off, which at face value is just like, it's exactly like that. It's fucked. But then,
isn't that everyday life? People eat food and then take their clothes off.
Yeah,
and go to bed.
But then it's just like, you get into the story and the characters and you care about them, and then the whole stripping thing is just, it's obsolete because you're not watching it for that. You're watching it because you want to see how these characters go. And I'm really annoyed that they didn't do a third season, because there's 3 years of school and they finished on year 2. Why?
That's a bit like Danganronpa, where the second season was the game or something like that, or the third season was the game.
It's like,
I can't remember which order.
The second one was the first one, and then the anime was a sequel to the first one. But it kind of came before. There were 2 halves in the third season. The first half of it was before the second game, which came first, and the second half was after all of them. Yes, but they all came out at the same time. It was, yes, it's a lot. I need to go back to that one for sure. But Food Wars,
I was really surprised I enjoyed it, to be fair. Enjoyed it as much as I did.
I haven't jumped in. I watched like half an episode. I was like, what's going on? I was so confused.
Get like, the first episode, you're going to be confused because it shovels a lot into you at once. You're like, what the fuck is going into this? By episode 3, you'll love it. Because you'll be introduced to these characters and you're like, I really like the main character. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
I'm going to elaborate a bit on mine. Have you seen The Mandalorian yet?
Still
not season 2.
Boys.
I know.
I laughed, I cheered, I cried. It's very fan servicey.
Yeah.
It's very fan servicey. I would argue, unlike my very close second, which I think is Sasha's first choice.
Yeah,
probably.
I think I've confirmed my first. I'm solid on my second too. Yeah.
It's very if you're a fan of Star Wars, this is very much everything you want from a Star Wars show.
Yeah.
Like, it does it perfectly. It balances getting new people in, because I have a friend at work who was very much against Star Wars when I first met him, and now through The Mandalorian, he's like, I want to know everything about this thing. I'm even gonna like sit through the sequel trilogy, which, you know, is like very hard. I think that in terms of, we talked about streaming services and stuff like that and the budget it gets, and I think it's being the first original Disney Plus series, it blew my mind how much money they pumped into this thing.
Yeah.
The special effects are gorgeous. Baby Yoda, Grogu, is a wonderful addition to Star Wars lore, and some of the stuff they do. I really can't say that because neither of you watched it.
Tread carefully, soldier.
I've literally had to remove Instagram from where I usually have it to like 3 pages down my phone.
This is a way just so you don't jump on it. I think if you guys do watch it, we have to talk about it because there's stuff it does that I think it's probably, again, very subjectively, the best show of the year purely because it does everything. It reminds you, especially coming off the back of the sequel trilogy, which was piss poor, it reminds you what is so fantastic about good screenwriting, good direction, good acting within the Star Wars sandbox.
Universe.
Yes, fantastic.
I don't think you're alone in that opinion. I think if I'd watched it by now, it would be mine because,
And season 1 on its own is fantastic. I know they've announced like at least 87 new Star Wars series anyway.
God,
tell me about it. Time to get your Disney Plus subscription, guys. You got all that stuff, all the Marvel shows as well. I've got a sneaky suspicion that if lockdown continues all the way through to like May and stuff, we will probably start getting the films on Disney Plus too. Anyway, Sasha, I cut you off, I think, earlier on when you were going to tell us what your show of the year was, so the floor's yours.
Right, so I've got 2. First one, because Ihsan held off on it, and you know what it is, and he knows what it is. The Boys. Oh my god.
I remember showing you the first episode.
I remember him showing me the first. I was like, wait, what?
Yep.
As soon as you left, I think I finished it.
First 10 minutes.
I think I finished it about 2 days after you showed me the first episode. And I was like, where's the second season? I was so lucky. I think it was like 4 months after I was lucky.
Yeah.
And then Ihsan hadn't watched it, and then we had a whole thing where everyone came around, we watched it all at once on the big screen. Oh, mate. It's just so good. I think after spending so much time on superhero-related media, obviously with Boku no Hero in anime, Marvel in movies, to see on a take on it like this from the perspective of the civilian who got caught up in one of those accidents is wronged. Because I guess you could look at Civil War and say that guy was like, oh, I got her, I'm going to turn the Avengers against each other. Sure, like, cool, but is there anyone really out there beefing superheroes up front with no fucks given? Just the idea of it was the first episode with the whole carbon thing and the electricity up his arse.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Of course, no one would actually go to attempt that. So to see it actually happen and to let it layer up and for everything to come out and other superheroes to be like, oh my god, this is a shout. Like, if superheroes were a thing, I think this would probably happen. At some point, something like this would realistically happen.
I preferred season 1 from the whole let's stick it to the man kind of, let's stick it to the superhero kind of angle. What I loved about season 2 was and season 1 didn't shy away from it either, but the large scale politics of season 2 I thought were brilliant. The whole discussion about getting superheroes into the army.
Yeah.
Oh god. The whole, so spoilers, but the fact that it gets revealed that the senator you think is on your side was the super terrorist, whatever they call, was not expecting that. Not expecting that.
Mad.
But I kind of, not to extrapolate and infer and to get involved in politics on main, but you see that's very much, she's clearly supposed to be a stand-in for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, right? Her character, or just Democrats that seem all for the people and all that stuff, but clearly you can kind of tell, because it's politics, have in some way done shady dealings and shit. And I liked they didn't shy away from the fact that everyone has dark shit to deal with. It doesn't present regardless of that stuff, it doesn't present the boys as wholly correct, and there are genuinely some good aspects of the superheroes as well. It's what I think Marvel does well as well, where you show that people are very flawed, and that's kind of okay. But where the boy succeeds is the fucking violence. Is so gratifying. And so the final fight with Stormfront as well.
Fucking Nazi bitch.
Mate, loved it. The way I love that they pointed out the whole, girls get it done shit early on in the season, and then they actually beat the living shit out of her. Yeah. I liked that. I thought that was earned. A lot of people have taken that from the boys, and I see YouTube videos now and stuff like that in relation to the Mandalorian and stuff like that. They're like, oh yeah, girls do get it done. Like it's very successful in that it's. I'm really sorry, Sasha. I'm hijacking.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
But but like it hits so many. It criticizes society and culture in such a way that is so blatantly obvious. Why haven't people done this earlier? And I think that's why it succeeds so well, and why it must be so much fun to work on as well, because you're kind of like, oh, this is a dig at this person, isn't it? Oh, I like that. Like it. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna let you carry on with your bit, man.
He completely summed up the boys straight up. What's up, Spike?
The acting is phenomenal.
Acting
from everyone,
every character. Like Frenchie, best character.
I love Frenchie.
Best character, Frenchie. Oh god,
Mon cœur.
But like the fact that Homelander and Stormfront, you hate them. I hated them, and I never.
Anthony Starr.
Fantastic,
phenomenal.
But it also made me realise I really love seeing Nazis get blown up.
Yeah, it's really
as should everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Let's hunt them down and blow them up. I dare you.
Phenomenal.
I dare you to cancel me for that. I dare you. Come at me. Come on. Fuck Nazis. Let's go.
Damn straight.
Hell yeah.
Oh god.
But no, you're right. The acting in that is brilliant. Even the little scene between Karl Urban and the CEO dude.
Yeah, when they have that little conversation at the table.
Yeah. Even dialogue scenes like that.
Oh yeah.
So good.
It's just good. So good.
We could talk. Yeah. I'm talking about it as if it should be my TV show of the year.
Oi. Reel it back.
Nah, I can't because honestly, once you have seen Mando, the season finale, I think you're gonna understand why it's my show.
I know too. That's the reason I had to get rid of Instagrams, because there's too many spoilers.
Go away. Yeah.
Even the Star Wars official Instagrams every week was posting spoilers. It's like, I can't do this. Too much.
Yeah, man.
Too much.
Anyway, moving on, because this is going to be almost 2 hours long. I can see. Christ. Right. So we've done Game of the Year, we've done Film of the Year, we've done TV Show of the Year.
Yeah.
Let's jump in with Artist. Who we got?
I'm going to go first because this is a very personal one to me, and technically it's not out yet, but
I don't know who you're pointing to, dude.
I'm pointing to you.
Oh, you sweetheart, darling. Really?
I'm not even. I'm so serious. I can't even express this enough. I can't wait for this EP to come out because. No, completely aside from the fact that he's my friend and all that, fuck all that friendship stuff. This is just good music. Yeah. This is just good music with narrative and thought put into every little thing. Do you know what I mean? Little details that I would spend editing in production and be like, why am I doing this? And then a month later I'd listen to it and I'd be like, oh, he had a reason. There was a purpose, you know? The whole thing, it's a circle, it's just beautiful, man. So many ups and downs in the whole thing. You're style has spread out so much more. Like, you testing out different things, the messing about with your vocals. Like, damn, he can sing. Put auto-tune on it anyway, of course. Like, what?
Damn, man, that's really touching. That really is. That's.
Oh,
thank you.
Lyria's EP 2021. I'm so proud to have worked on it with him, and I cannot wait for the audience. I'm more excited for them to hear yours than mine. Fact. Fact.
Nah. See, I was gonna do a bit there. And be like, anyway, so mine's someone totally different. But I can't because there's. So as you guys probably know, the background music that we have for the podcast is music that we make ourselves, right? And the guitar solo on, actually the guitar solos on most of your tracks, they constantly, every time I hear it on the background music, they're a constant reminder of how amazing you are as a musician, but also how I don't want to say how far you've come as a producer, because that's kind of cliche. It is kind of cliche, and this is getting very, very sappy, but it's a constant reminder of how hard at work you actually are. And I'm sure everyone has to work hard at their craft and stuff like that, but to actually see it up close and to actually be able to map it, it's a very humbling thing to see. And for you to say that about me, man, that's very, it surprises me a little bit when I see your work. But yeah, dude, thank you, that's very kind.
Yeah,
and I can't go on, man.
I was just gonna say, like, if I show anyone my music, Sasha's opinion always matters the most.
Oh, Spike.
Hell yeah. From a business point of view, though, even from like a cold hard business point of view, of course it does, because you're the guy that gives us the A-OK. Like, I might be very self-deprecating and kind of perfectionist / anxiety ridden all the time, but if I'm doing something well, I trust you to tell me that. If I'm not, I trust you also to tell me that. And I think that definitely reflects in the music that you make as well, in that I think more now than ever who you are and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go cry after this. Thank you. Shit.
Motherfucker, I almost did, right? You don't get to spring that shit up on me. Okay? Ugh. But yeah, no, mine's actually Ludwig Göransson anyway, so, Anyway.
No, fair enough. Yeah, fair.
Oh, no, man.
Oh.
That's thrown me through a loop. That really has. Cheers, dude.
The only reason that I put, I would have said Ihsan as well, because some of his stuff coming out this year is incredible. Everyone's just been working so hard. I can't wait to hear your stuff too, Spike. The only reason I've mentioned people who are in this, not even to make it like big us up, it's because in this time that we've been under the virus restrictions and all of those things, what I found myself doing most is cleaning up and touching up and editing and preparing for when things come down, when we're allowed to go out again, when we can finally start releasing stuff. I keep listening back to my stuff and Luke's stuff and Ihsan's stuff, and I'm thinking, like, it gives me hope somewhat. It gives me a reason to keep going, because shit, like, my boys are doing madness. Like, how can I not keep going? Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's almost been inspiring to see you guys work as hard as well, so put that out there. Of course, the A-listers are doing madness right now, but the Z-listers are working hard too, guys.
We're getting there, slowly.
Hey. Yeah, we'll get there.
Go on, Spike. Who we got, son?
So much good music this year. There's really been so much good music. God, I'm gonna have to agree with my Spotify. The artist that I've listened to the most and probably enjoyed the most is Joji.
Right.
Not only because of his new album, I still listen to In Tongues the most. It's
Best one.
Easily his best
one.
EP album, whatever you want to call it.
No question.
But
best one.
His new album is good. It's a really enjoyable listen. Yeah. Joji's my, I guess, artist of the year. I cannot pick an album because there's been so much, like Joji's new one, Bring Me the Horizons, survival horror.
Yeah.
What else come out this year?
I listened to Drown the other day, an old Bring Me the Horizon song, and their sound is, it's weird. I don't want to describe it as so vastly different because I don't think it is. Like it's definitely still true to them.
But I think as a band they're so versatile, and it really shows.
Yeah.
Each album has a completely different tone from the last.
But it's still authentically them, I think.
Yeah, it's still authentically them. And that really shows in survival horror, where it's a combination of their past 3 albums. There's metalcore stuff from Sempiternal, there's the melodies from That's the Spirit, and then there's the synthesizers and pop elements from Ammo to make this incredible EP. But I still can't choose it as my album of the year because there's been so much other shit that I've enjoyed.
So many other ones, yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely up there.
Do you have an album of the year, Sash?
If I hadn't said you, I probably would have agreed with Spike with Joji. Actually, the album was good. Because it's Joji, and he's gotten better. Clearly, there are parts of it I'm like, too clean. Just put a bit of fuzz on it, and just great. but the one track that got me and sealed it for me was Modus. Oh, my God, it is beautiful. I absolutely love the track. I think it's the pianos, the way the strings come in the intro, and then to just cut it all out. Bass, speed it up, slow it down.
Yeah,
literally
it's a very
brilliant.
clever album, especially that first half. It's very experimental. I found like
clever is
TikTok
a good word.
Is a good word, good track. I enjoy TikTok, but then I think you might agree with me here. The album split into 2 halves. The first half is very experimental. It's hard to listen to top to bottom because I like to listen to it in shuffle. Each song is its own entity.
Yeah.
But then from Sanctuary all the way to the end, Your Man, that's a narrative.
That's story. That's the story that they hyped up, I think. Yeah. And because there was so much hype story beforehand.
But yeah, Nectar's a good album. Yeah. But
I think my album of the year is kind of a cop-out, just because I love her and I want to talk about her on this podcast. It was my baby Benny.
Baby Benny.
That said, there are some straight fire on that album, and some very emotional shit that it's easy to resonate with, I think, because it's vague enough to have that kind of vague enough to want to make a connection to it and to kind of project your own feelings onto it. But then there's some stuff that's very specific that makes it feel quite intimate. For example, the opening track, the album being Hey You, because I haven't named it yet. But like the opening track, Happened to Me, is all about anxiety and death and stuff, and like how do I want to go out. And even the little examples that she uses of like, I hope I don't die inside a plane. It's the little things like that. I don't know, man. I think it's in a year where the world is very stricken with anxiety. It was very reaffirming to kind of realise that you definitely aren't alone in that feeling. That said, you get to stuff like Plane, which is brilliant. The production stuff's fantastic. Sheesh with Grimes.
Sheesh was hard. Sheesh was hard.
I just wasn't expecting it. It's beautiful. Fantastically, it's definitely less of a story. That's definitely less of a concept album, which I usually prefer. But in terms of vast production options and kind of micro genres and stuff, really nice to listen to.
Cool.
I think that's all of our topics.
Wow.
There's kind of a, we do shout outs at the end usually, and I do want to shout out specifically Jacksepticeye. He does it every year. He does big charity events every year, but Thankmas, particularly this year, has been fantastic. I think on that first day they had raised about 4 million. I don't know what the total is at the moment.
I'm just checking now.
But oh, is he gone? Got ya?
He's gone.
Huh?
He's fuzzy. Oh, he's back.
He's back.
He's back. Clearer than ever. Oh, never mind.
What?
You there, bud?
Yeah, no, my browser's kind of just, there we go. How much is the total raised? Yeah. Carry on. It's being a bit slow.
I think he does do stuff like this every year, but this year in particular, I think was the largest scale charity event that he had done, and I got to give him a lot of respect for raising a lot of that money. All of that money for charity. I also want to give a shout out to Alana Pierce. I mean, personally, for creating Play Watch Listen, the podcast that has got me through a lot of shit, but also for the accessibility awards she created with a charity partner, the Game Awards for accessible features within games and stuff, which I think is something. There's a discussion to be had about award shows in general and how effective they are and what they really achieve, but to do that, especially for that community, is very amicable. So yeah,
I've got the total that they raised for Thankmas this year: 4.7 million.
Fantastic. And bear in mind that's on the 23rd today?
23rd.
Yeah, that's on the 23rd of December. So there's still time for more to be raised. That's fantastic. Anyone else got any shout outs? Anything to round off this weird year?
I want 10 mil subs by next year, or by the end of next year, or I will cut off all my hair.
I'll hold him to that. I'll hold him to that one.
Yeah, I think I will as well.
No. 1K. I know, 1K. Oh.
1K subs or you chop off all your hair.
Yeah, okay.
I'll still hold you to that.
Yeah, 1K subs by the end of next year, or I'll cut off all my hair.
I'm gonna get that in writing.
I am gonna work you are going to get the most ridiculous bullshit in your YouTube recommended. I swear to God. I'm just gonna do the maddest nonsense. Like, 2021 is the year for YouTube nonsense, so let's go. Let's go, boys.
I think I've got a dip now, so...
Yeah, I think we better round this out. This is our longest podcast, almost 2 hours long. Thank you guys, as always, for facilitating that discussion. It's always good to have a chat with you all. Thank you at home for listening to this, wherever you are listening to this.
Thanks, guys.
As always, Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. I hope you all look forward to 2021. I hope it all brings, everyone as much joy, as much success as humanly possible. And until we see you all again, stop it.